There's a few times a year where a whole lot of people come to your place to eat. I call it feeding the masses. Now, one of the most delicious things to eat is a roast turkey. So I'm going to teach you how to roast it beautifully and make the perfect stuffing to go with it. Delicious and easy. Now you can see you've got a big turkey here, and you can get these from just about any butcher. Lots of breast there and lots of leg, so you need to cook it just right so it stays nice and moist and juicy and has lots of flavour in it. Now what I like to do is use butter, because butter makes everything delicious. I call it the duct tape of the kitchen. It makes sure you have lots of flavour and lots of deliciousness. Now, thyme and rosemary from the garden, and I just tear it straight off the stems here like this, and all you need to do is run a knife through it to chop it up into smaller pieces. I chop the rosemary and the thyme nice and fine like this, and then sprinkle it straight onto the butter here like that. Look at that, looks fantastic. And of course we need to season it up as well, so I put lots of pepper and lots of salt on there as well. I'm going to slide this butter up underneath the skin around the breast, and I'll show you what I mean. I've just grabbed my finger like this and run my finger nice and gently here. What I want to do is separate the skin from the breast here so that I can put the butter in there, and it melts into the breast and makes it even more delicious. Look at that. It's just adding flavour to it all the way along. And believe me, there's nothing better than butter to melt down through that turkey. You can just imagine this turkey will baste itself from just underneath the skin as it crisps up beautifully. Now the inside of the turkey, you can do a couple of different ways. Some people like to put stuffing in there. For me, what I like to do is to pop an onion and lemon on the inside. And then the lemon as well, I'll just slice that in half. What I want is some flavour to go on the inside of the turkey, and onions and lemons are perfect. If you've got oranges, you've got cherries, cranberries, whatever you want to put on the inside you can do. But for me, herbs, lemon and onion are the best things. I stuff these herbs in there as well, and that'll make sure it flavours from the inside. And I make sure I put plenty of salt and pepper in there as well. And then all you need to do is, using the back of the skin here, fold that over like that, and you've got your turkey ready to go. Now I've got this baking tray here. This has got lots of vegetables in it already. I've got some apple in there, I've got some onions and some carrots as well, and the turkey neck. I've chopped that up into little pieces, and that'll roast as well. Now all I need to do is pop the turkey on the top here as well, and as this turkey roasts, it'll flavour up all of those vegetables, and all those juices will keep. Now the most important thing is to make sure you've got plenty of oil on the outside. This skin needs to fry on the outside, and the dry heat of the oven will make sure that happens. Plenty of olive oil on the outside here, or melted butter, and this will fry up beautifully. And the better the oil, the better the flavour. And of course, we need some salt on here as well. Plenty of salt, because salt loves meat and meat loves salt. And just because we're feeding the masses doesn't mean we need to miss out on any flavour. And I like to put a little bit of pepper on the outside as well. Now I've preheated my oven to 190 degrees Celsius. I'm going to pop this in the oven, and it'll take about 45 minutes to 55. But I'll know when it's cooked because I'll use a digital thermometer. When it gets to 72 degrees on the inside here, at the thickest part, I'll know it's done. I've got masses of people coming, and they are hungry as hell, so I better get this into the oven as soon as possible. Now you're thinking, Richo, where's the stuffing? Well, I like to do the stuffing separately, and that way I can make sure the stuffing's nicely portioned out, and you don't have to dig it out of a turkey carcass. Now the stuffing is really easy to make. I've got some breadcrumbs here, about 3 to 4 cups of it. Now I can just put some egg in here as well. Now the beauty of making your stuffing like this is you can make extra stuffing, and that way everyone gets fed. 2 eggs in there, and of course some salt and pepper. You need to make sure there's plenty of flavour in here. And I've got about 250 grams of melted butter. You can use salted butter or unsalted, it doesn't really matter, because we're going to put plenty of salt in it anyway. And for me, the more salt the better. And I've got some herbs here. This is sage and rosemary, quite strong, powerful herbs, and they've been chopped up nice and fine. If you want, you can use parsley in here, you can use spring onions, You can use chives, dill, whatever herbs you want. But for me, those two herbs together are perfect. Now, I took the time to get some red onions, 3 red onions. I diced them up nice and fine, and I sweated them off really gently in some extra virgin olive oil. So they were nice and soft and sort of caramelized, but nice and sweet. That's the most important thing. And of course, garlic. If you want, you can put some raw garlic in here, but you'll only need to put a couple of them. What I like to do is confit my garlic, which means I cook it low and slow in olive oil, so it becomes nice and soft, and it doesn't have that raw garlic flavor. It's beautiful and sweet with all that beautiful sweet garlic flavor without the yucky breath. And mustard, Dijon mustard, a good couple of tablespoons goes in there as well. Now I'm going to add my secret weapon to the stuffing. This is my cranberry relish with native pepperberry. Now, native pepperberry is of course native to Tasmania, and this is where this product is made. It's beautiful and sweet and has a nice strong flavor. And the most important thing, we use just the right amount of pepperberry. Now I'll have a little taste of that. That's lovely. Cranberry to go with the turkey, and all of that pepperberry to go in there as well. Now the beauty of this relish is it's made by my family in Tasmania. You can tell there's a lot of love and a lot of yum in this little jar. Now this will give it the spiciness and that little bit of pepperiness that'll make this stuffing fantastic. Mix that around till it all starts to come together. And by the time I pop this in the oven, that turkey should be nearly done. Now here's my little tip. I've got some foil here and some baking paper. Pour it out onto the baking paper and spread it out like this. You can see there's a lot of stuffing in here. You can't fit all this into a turkey, so this is a great way of feeding those masses and making sure there's plenty of stuffing, because you know what? That's what it's all about. Now all you need to do is grab the outside of this, roll it around a little bit till you get like a big sausage, pop it into the oven next to the turkey and let it bake. It'll take about 30 minutes to cook and it will be fantastic. Roll it up like a big bonbon. Have a look at that. That is definitely going to feed the masses. This is my lovely stuffing. And this, remember, has the Island Harvest Tasmania cranberry and pepperberry chutney all the way through it. So it's got a little bit of tartness to it. But it's all about the turkey today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see this turkey is going to carve beautifully. This is the tip. If you're carving it, you want to serve yourself first, so you get the nice crunchy bit on the outside like that. I'll turn it around so you can see how moist and delicious that turkey is. It looks fantastic and it tastes fantastic as well. One more slice on there, and of course a little bit of red wine jus to go over it. I put a little bit of the cranberry and pepperberry relish in the sauce as well, so you can use it for just about everything. But for me, the best way to have it is a nice big dollop straight on top there like that. And that's going to work beautifully with the turkey. I'm going to cut a piece off here so you can see where the stuffing was. I'm the chef, so I'm allowed to use my fingers, a little bit on there like that. Now, the idea with the pepperberry, they are native Tasmanian pepperberries. Very strong, but this relish has the exact amount. So it's just got a little bit of spice to it, but it works really well with that acid, and great with turkey, great with ham, great with just about anything. And with this leftover turkey, I can turn it into a frittata or a sandwich or just about anything with this relish. That is a marriage made in heaven. That's from my family in Tasmania to you. Nice and delicious, and for any Christmas feast.